Since I've shared with you in the previous module how to set up your code on the Windows file system, let's now learn how to set it up in Linux, but still get it to work with your text editor. I use Sublime Text, and there is a special configuration you need to be able to launch Sublime Text, which is in Windows with your code sitting on the Linux WSL layer. So let's dive right in. So I have some good news for you. Since the last few videos, I was actually able to figure out how to automate the whole installation sequence. And I will run that with you in this module, even though this module is focused mainly on getting your code to work on the Linux partition, but also link back to your Windows-based text editor and other apps. So to get us started, I placed all the files in this WSL folder on the C drive root. This will be the starting point, which we will then copy into our Linux WSL side of things and begin the installation process. So here I have opened the installation text file, and I'm going to start copying the relevant commands into Linux WSL. So starting logging in, this is a fresh Ubuntu 20 install, which is now working, by the way, with the new script. So let us begin. So we'll first copy over the WSL folder contents to a WSL folder in Linux. Let's cd in there and first run the initialization script. So let's put in our sudo password. Go ahead and turn on unattended upgrades. That's fine. And let us now begin the installation proper. This takes a long time, so I'm going to use some Camtasia magic and see you on the other side. And there we have it. We're done. So now let us just go back to the root directory and let's quickly view our ZISHRC file. It's added some lines at the top that we needed. So let us exit and let us source the file. So actually we need to first close Ubuntu and let's load it again. And here we are. Let's set up our SQL server. So there's a slight error message, but it's actually good. Let us log in and do just like we did in the last video. We're setting up for authentication using the root 123 password instead of the normal socket-based authentication for the root user. So here we have it. Looks like we're good. We see native password for the root. And whoops, let me exit, clear that out. And now just sanity check again. Just try to log in with the root. The password is root at 123, and we're in. So it's working. So now let us install Valet. Valet install. I'm not sure why there's an error message, but let us, if we run it again, we will see that Valet has been successfully installed. There we go. Valet is up and running. So now let us continue with the wrap-up script. So go back into our WSL directory. This is to set up Git. So as you can see, I have my username and email here. You would replace that with your Git credentials, the ones that you want to use. And then we would just run the bash script for the WSL Git. And we're done. Whoops. Let us now clear this out and run our final wrap-up script. And we're done. So rest assured that everything we've installed is nothing new. Everything that we've done in the previous videos have just been automated as part of the various scripts that we ran in sequence. And I will have this amended installation.txt available for you for reference and to use when you do your install. So now let us just source the ZSHRC again. Make sure everything is working. You may need to do this once or twice. I have done this in the background. So everything looks good. And let us now set things up on the Linux partition. So again, we'll start with the default Laravel directory. And this time we have the WSL folder. Let's make a directory for our code. And let's cd in there and let's do Laravel, new Laravel, and craft the application. And the application is ready. So let's cd into the Laravel directory. And as I mentioned, we need some special setup in order to view our code, which is now in the Laravel directory on the Linux partition. And we need to make it available and accessible by the Windows Sublime, in my case, text editor. So in order to do that, if we peek under the hood of our ZSHRC file, at the bottom we have some aliases that are set up as part of the script. So I've automated this for you, but there's two aliases, Sublime and one for Sublime Merge, because I have both installed on my laptop. So with those, I can just do Sublime dot, and here we are. We have our Laravel application loaded. Similarly, if I do Sublime Merge, it will open up Sublime Merge. Now let us test that the Git is actually working. So let us git init, and we're initialized, and let us now do Sublime Merge again. And here we see there are, and again, this is Windows accessing the Linux partition. We have all our files, so we will commit this, stating first let's stage everything. And this is fresh install. And commit. And just as a sanity check, now that we've done that, everything looks good in the Windows side of things. We have everything committed. Let us check the status of Git. There is an issue with the the way Windows stores files where the line endings are different than Unix, you will see that essentially the only difference is the file ending that's different. So the line endings is so you will see the only difference is the line ending. So let us commit this again. Git add dot git commit. Okay, so now we're in a clean working directory. Let us close this out. Sublime merge. And now, as we make changes, they will be reflected seamlessly between the two systems. So let's make a change here. Let's go back in to our environment file, and let's update our root password first of all, just to make sure it links with our database. And let us, for example, let's change something here. Let's go into Webpack and just for simplicity, just remove a space and save. So if we refresh, we see the change. We stage it, update webpack.next.js, commit the file, and we're in sync now. Yeah, once that line ending issue is fixed. So now let us go back again through Vim and amend that webpack.mix.js and add back the space. As you can see, the yellow color again, it's dirty, and let us git add and here we are. They are in sync. So we have seamless connectivity between the Linux environment and your Windows apps. So what I did want to highlight and point out to you was that in order for the Sublime merge to work so that the line endings doesn't become an issue when you're switching between the Windows file system and Linux when you're modifying Git, you would need to add this config where you would set the auto CRLF to true, and as part of my git bash script, you would see I've already done this. So let me quickly go into our WSL folder, and let's cat the git WSL git script, and here you can see that the line is already in there. So this is kind of configured for you out of the box if you follow the installation scripts, and then your system will be set up to link with Windows seamlessly.